You all. I am Dr. C. Jagan from Rogani College of Engineering and Technology, Associate Professor, Electronics and Communication Department. So this video I have discussed about ad hoc wireless sensor networks, compression, encryption. All the broadcast enter the high quality digital stream of video goes through an MBEG encoder, which converts the programming to MBEG for video of the correct size and format for the satellite receiver in your house. Encoding works in conjunction with the compression to analyze each video frame and eliminate redundant or irrelevant data and extrapolate information from other frames. This process reduces the overall size of the file. Each frame can be encoded in one of the three ways: as an intra-frame which contains the complete image data for that frame. This method provides the least compression; as a predicted frame which contains just enough information to tell the satellite receiver how to display the frame based on the most recently displayed in-frame, intra-frame, or as a bidirectional frame which displays information from the surrounding frame or predictor frame using data from the closest surrounding frames. The receiver interpolates the position and color of each pixel. This process occasionally produces artifacts, glitches in the video image. One artifact is a macro blocking, in which the fluid picture temporarily dissolves into blocks. Macro-parking is often mistakenly called pixelating, a technically incorrect term which has been accepted as slang for this annoying artifact. They really are pixels on your TV screen, but they are too small for your human eye to perceive them individually. They are tiny squares of video data that make up the image you see. The rate of compression depends on the nature of the programming. If the encoder is converting a newscast, it can use a lot more predictor frames because most of the scene stays the same from one frame to the next. In more fast-paced programming, things change very quickly from one frame to the next. So the encoder has to create more infra frames. As a result, a newscast generally compresses to a smaller size than something like a car. Encryption and transmission. After the video is compressed, the provider encrypts it to keep people from accessing it for free. Encryption scrambles the digital data in such a way that it can only be converted back into unstable data. If the receiver has the correct encryption algorithm and security keys, once the signal is compressed and encrypted, the broadcast sender beams it directly to one of its satellites. The satellite picks up the signal with an onboard disk, amplifies the signals, and uses another disk to beam the signal back to Earth. Where viewers, we will see what we develop and maintain very high bandwidth networks, gigabytes per second or more. We have compressed to data. Relying on higher bandwidth is not a good option. M25 syndrome traffic needs ever increases and will adapt to swamp current limit whatever this is. As we will, compression becomes part of the representation or code scheme which have become popular audio, image, and video formats. We will first study basic compression algorithm and then go on to study some coding scheme structures. What is compression? Compression basically implies redundancy in the data. Temporal in 1D data, ID, 1 data signals, audio, etc. Spatial correlation between neighboring pixels or the data items. Spectral correlation between color or luminescence components. This uses the frequency domain to exploit relationships between frequency of change in data. Psychovisual exploit the perceptual properties of the human visual system. Compression can be categorized into two broad ways. First one, lossless compressions, where data is compressed and can be reconstituted uncompressed without loss of detail of information. They are referred to as bit perceiving or reversible compression systems also, lossy compression, where the aim is to obtain the best possible fidelity for a given bit rate or minimizing the bit rate to achieve a given fidelity measures. Video and audio compression techniques are most suited to this form of MPEG standards. All MPEG standards exist to promote system interoperability among your computers, television and handheld video and audio devices. They are MPEG 1, the original standard for encoding and decoding streaming video and audio files. MPEG 2, the standard for digital television. This compresses files for transmission or the high quality video. MPEG 4, the standard for compressing high definition video into small scale files that stream to compute cell phones and PDAs. MPEG 1, also referred to as the multimedia framework, the standard that interprets what digital content to provide to which individual user so that media plays flawlessly under any language, machine, or user. MPEG scheme. Encryption methods. Encryption, it is the most effective way to achieve data security. To read an encrypted file, you must have access to secret key or password that enables you to decrypt it. Unencrypted data is called plain text. Encrypted data referred to as ciphertext.